Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the War of Conquest. I'm doing some playtesting, literally just because I want to, really. I'm meant to be recording Rome 2 right now, but I couldn't be bothered, so I thought, fuck it, we'll screw around with War of Conquest for a bit. I need to test out the mechanics and auto-resolve chances and all this kind of fucking stuff that I'll go into in a minute. But yeah, this is pretty much the latest version that I have, although I have other team members working on stuff and I don't have their files yet. So I'll talk about some of the stuff the other guys are working on as well. Some of the stuff that needs to be still completed for the War of Conquest, there is quite a lot of shit. The majority of the big chunks of work is just balancing out the game, and to do that I need to playtest a lot of shit. Now, the original idea for playtesting was that I drag along one of my team members and we do a hot seat, 1 versus 1, like Martell versus Yronwood, Bolton versus Stark, and have 1v1s to playtest certain factions, because the focus of the War of Conquest is going to be hot seating rather than against the AI. Because against the AI is unpredictable, and the AI, as you guys know, is fucking stupid. So it's just easier on everyone for me to focus on how well the game is going to play during hot seats. But anyway, so once again we're testing for the purpose of hot seats, so we won't be actually playing the battles, we'll just be doing auto-resolves and trying to keep House Hoare alive and all fucking things. Now, I'm not entirely sure how much cash it's going to start off with. I just gave him 10k, it's what everyone else starts off with. First things first is setting up defensive formations against our enemies, because I know Gardener's going to show up. AI is a bitch like that. I'll start that for now. We've got Aegon Targaryen just not there. What we want to do is send John Darry over here to set up a fortifications in the Vale to block all of these guys off. Now this should be relatively fast-paced in the sense that I know everything that I'm doing and how it's all going to play out in my head. We won't build too many troops here just yet, but what we will do is set up fortifications here and a fortification right here, which allows me to set up a defensive line here, and the AI can't get past this point without attacking my forts, which will require them to go all the way around. So what we'll do is set up a fort here as well. Now, of course, in hot seats, the general rules are that you have to have at least 4 units inside of one fort at the same time, but I'm not picky, so we're just going to leave it as it is for now. Now, because that's all forted off, that'll force Lannister to go all the way around here, which might not be a very good idea, but shit's happened, and that is how it's going to happen. Now, I don't know, should we focus? I'm just thinking it might be worth not building troops in Harrenhal just in order to, well, we'll want to replace this full stack here, obviously. I'm just thinking because we are going to need quite the majority of my forces to deal with threats to Lannister, as it were. Because the siege of Lannister's territory is going to bring me a lot of needed income. And make no mistake, they will declare war on me in the second that they get the chance. We're going to stick to a mainly defensive position, because heavily full guys, so we'll have a full stack at the very least. We can split that full stack, go around the coast, and literally beat the shit out of them. It's going to be very difficult, because we're going to have Aaron attacking us from the Vale, possibly Stark attacking us from the north, but there are some scripts that spawn troops for Bolton in place, and an automatic script that kicks Bolton into a war with Stark once the Lord of the Dreadfort dies and his son takes over and sort of goes apeshit and attacks with vengeance and whatnot. What we'll do... Now, we can't set up any fortifications just yet, but we'll keep them where they are for now. We'll keep the Green Watch as it is. We should really build like a fort here and then a fort there, but once again we don't have any cash, so we don't really want to go do that right now, but we will put him in the forests just there, so he's a little bit closer to the land. Do the same with him, actually. That's about all we can do for this turn. We need to go to the next turn. We've got the Vale basically defended and not fully. Any attacks from the south are going to have to go through those forts, and River Run and the general area here is defended, minus the fortification that we need to set up around here. And keep in mind, fort walls work especially well against like real players. That's the main focus of the entire thing, really. But for now, we're just facing the AI to basically test how well shit's going to go down. We have Aegon Targaryen laying siege to Harrenhal. If we lose Harrenhal, a script kicks into place, especially... Oh, well, if we lose Harrenhal to the Targaryens, a script kicks into place that spawns a bunch of Riverlords under the Targaryens' control. Here's the Bolton script. With the death of his father, Carl Bolton now has nothing keeping him from marching on the Starks. The Flints of Widow's Watch, related through Roderick's sister, have given Carl their loyalty. Roderick Snow, a lowborn Bible from the noblewoman's love life, agreed with Carl's views, has raised a force of men to help Bolton bring down the Starks to their knees. So that spawns a decent little army troop size under the Bolton's banner. But yeah, we start off as the largest and most powerful house, but Hoare is literally surrounded by enemies. We already have a full stack of Targaryens and a full stack of Arryns on the way as well. Now, you see, we're already going into debt, so we need to move literally immediately. Speed is fucking key for this. I'll keep this Hoare where he is, nice and safe.
Fleet ready.
What I'm gonna do, we'll split the fleet up.
Leaving the fleet, ja, Kaiser.
Let us strike, Kaiser.
Orders, Kaiser. Ja, mein Kaiser. Orders.
Preparing to ambush.
Ja, Kaiser. Kaiser. Joining the fleet. Orders, Kaiser.
Yeah, who's got the least movement points?
Ready.
He does.
Full sails. Ja, Kaiser.
Now, I know for a fact that the Lannisters are going to attack me. That's not really debatable. They hate my guts. So what we're going to do... Lay... We don't declare war on them immediately, but we will continue to go down the coastline, burn the coastline of the Westlands to the ground, and all that money will fund my war against Lannister. We still have the threat of Targaryen over here, unfortunately. If we move the prince over here, that might persuade King Aegon to fuck off. Taking Harrenhal is going to be considerably difficult for the Targaryens, which once again needs some tweaking. Because we're working on some area of recruitment units for Targaryen, namely Dragonstone Guards or Dragonstone Swordsmen or something like that. Units that can only be recruited at Dragonstone for Targaryen. That are really quite powerful and tough, like personal bodyguards of Aegon Targaryen. Like Dragon Tamers or something, but we're going to make our own character, which is easier said than done. We can make the character, but we need to sort of beg Prophet, which is a guy from Total War Center who does pretty much all the skins for the Westeros team, to please, please, please make us a skin, because I have no idea how to make skins for units. It's fucking just beyond me. I don't know that. Tell them to make a faction and tons of characters and traits and legacies and all this kinds of stuff. Yeah, sure. Fucking skins and characters and shit. No, that takes skill and talent. I don't have any of that. So yeah, that's the plan, to make Targaryen a little bit more formidable than they currently are. Because right now all they have is armored swordsmen and armored spearmen and knights and a few archers. Basic units that do stand up against them. But the other factions, like Hoare for instance, have their own special unique units, like Ironborn Warriors and Ironborn Longbowmen, that give them the advantage in all it resolves, because those AOR units that are unique to their faction are more powerful than the regular units. So, right now as it is, Targaryen is at a slight disadvantage in certain aspects of the game. Anyway, we'll go to the next turn, and probably get attacked by Lannister, since they'll see that Riverrun is basically undefended. But we shall see. Stony Sept has some serious fucking public order difficulties. That's another thing we're looking into, making the public order for the Riverlands rather like difficult to maintain because the Riverlords obviously aren't too fucking happy about the Ironborn on their doorstep. The Lannisters are laying siege to that fort. That's fine. I was kind of expecting the Gardeners to do that, but I didn't give them much of a choice. It was either go through the woods or go through that way. But that Lannister army can't go anywhere around the place. And obviously, as a as an AI, the AI sort of go through the easiest route that they find possible. But a player would come across this and he'd never siege that tiny fort with like that many units. A player would never do this, for example. Or he might if he believes that there's no units nearby, but he'd scout the area first. Yeah, Prince will come over here and deal with Aegon Targaryen, who's a lot squishier than I would have hoped him to be, but... I was the ideal thing there would be to get my general out and put a fort here to block off any Lannister reinforcements from the Southern Coast, but, you know, shit happens. Our reinforcements from this place, once again we're going to burn the coast and take all the money. We'll head for Old Town and the Arbor at some point as well to burn that to the ground, because that gives you fuck tons of money and income. The Arryns should hold off on their attack for a while. What they usually do is sneak around here and attack. Which is why at any given point I'm going to attempt to put a fort here and block them off once I have some cash. But that may take a while. We're going to keep these troops here because once again, like I said, the Arryns are probably going to go around and attack, as well as the Starks, but they may be too busy dealing with Bolton to worry about me. Oh, yeah, no. You there. Okay, those locations should be ours in the next turn quite easily without minimal losses. Now we just need to try and kill Aegon Targaryen. Yeah, clear victory. Barely losing any troops and executing Targaryen's guys. Now see how many troops we didn't lose in that. I want auto-resolves against Aegon to be actually quite formidable and for people to avoid directly assaulting him because he has a dragon, for fuck's sake. Okay, I really want these guys to fucking heal. Well, but yeah, the Aegon needs quite the bit of tweaking because the Targaryens are not as formidable as I would have liked currently. So they do need quite a bit of tweaking where necessary. The only problem is this Lannister is about to take this fort, which isn't too bad because I can easily take it back in the next turn. That is pretty much all for now. Like I said, we need some more cash in order to do much. There's the Gardeners showing up from the south as I anticipated. We lost the forts. The forts are expendable really, but we'd like to keep them without having to rebuild them because they do cost like a grand every turn. They'll lay siege to Stony Heart. We'll probably lose it because we don't have any troops in the surrounding area. Lannister might turn their focus towards the coastline now that I've landed. But there you look. He just tried to move past Riverrun there to attack something easier. And because I've put the forts there, he can't move his troops past without actually taking it. Gardeners on my arse. Now, we'll keep my king inside Harrenhal. This moving over the troops here might force the Lannisters and Gardeners to fuck off when they realise that I'm coming. So right now we're going to take the Bane Fort and the Crag, assuming that we can take it. Yeah, clear victory. There you go. Now we will do that. We'll have a bit shitty public order in a sense, but it's not really too bad. Because we want the cash. Cash is key in this. We need to get as much money as possible. Of course, public order can also be a pain in the ass if not handled correctly. And there is the real risk of me landing here and getting my ass kicked. But if I land... Yeah, see, look, there's a giant Lannister army there. So if I land, I should be able to retreat quite easily. But there is a giant Lannister army trying to get to me to beat the shit out of me.
We have taken these lands by force. Let us strike, Kaiser. Yeah, this for Titan's Reichsgrip here. Kaiser.
Yep, there you go.
Orders, Kaiser. Forward.
Now, see, that fort should block off their advance in theory.
Yeah, fleet ready.
Oop, shit. I didn't mean to do that. The place is undefended now. Not good. Not good. Okay, we're going to have to build some stuff here for now. That will do. Yeah. We don't want to leave Harrenhal undefended. Like I said, if we lose Harrenhal to the Targaryens, then all hell's going to break loose. And they'll probably show up with another Viserys or whatever will show up. Or Visenya will show up with dragons and attack me later on as well. So we'll end the turn. Hopefully not lose Castamere because of my own incompetence. There you go. We got troops there now. Just as I thought, that large stack of Lannister troops are going to show up. Lay siege to the fort rather than Castamere. Once again, forts are seriously useful. Hot seating has taught me this. There you go. That Lannister army fucked off from Stony Sept.
Let us strike, Kaiser.
I'm just wondering what the current situation is, because I could move the forces over here and then attempt to attack the Lannister army, but we might be slightly outnumbered and outdefended. So, I don't know. Well, lay siege to here, and that might actually force the Lannister army to retreat in theory. But what we could do is something that I love doing in hot seats, which is this.
Making this place a nightmare for the Kaiser.
There you go. Now they're trapped between those two forces, and that giant stack of Lannister cannot retreat back into the Westerlands to assist the siege at Faircastle, which leaves me open to siege the rest of that. Forts are literally like the giant fuck you signal to everyone around you. It's a lovely thing when you trick somebody into your fortification like that. Of course, most hot seats have a certain limit on how many forts you can set up in one region. Some do 2 forts per region, others do 4, just to avoid complete and utter fort spam. But as it is now, I'm actually keeping in. There's only 2 forts in Riverrun, 1 Pink Maiden. The Riverlands is actually really quite hard to defend in hot seats because of its vast, like, multiple entrances, whereas the Vale only has 3 and has a really decent fleet to defend itself. Now we have a slight problem here in the fact that I need troops to garrison these things. So I don't think we'll leave one bothering with the Starks, other than this one here. There you go. So that stops the Starks from Finger, and that will stop the Arrants from the Vale coming anywhere. Well, it will stop them from 1 turn, and I'll be able to see them coming, so they won't be able to attack any of my settlements. And it will give me an extra turn to act as fast as I can to deal with any problems as I see fit. But anyway, we'll go to the next turn and continue to try and survive. That's literally the goal of what I've got here. How long can I survive as House Hoare, and how much can I take without getting annihilated? Because the Riverlands can be quite the bitch to take if you don't do it correctly. Sure. They want trade rights and map information. I know they'll betray me later on. The Lannisters, they siege to that fort and then jumped around. So they couldn't get past it in 1 turn, but they can get around it in 2.
Our settlement is under threat, Kaiser. We are besieged.
They're sending pretty much every single force that they have because they can't get past. Because I've set that fort. Because what the AI would have done is sent that extra large army that's laying siege to Castamere right now down south to attack Faircastle. But because I put that fort there, we have blocked them off from doing that exact thing. Which is exactly what I wanted to do.
For the Reich.
Orders, Kaiser. Kaiser.
We will conquer with honor, Kaiser. We honor you. A own victory for the Reich. An honor, Kaiser. For the Reich. An honor, Kaiser. Holy Kaiser.
Yeah, dealing with all this. We've still got Riverrun and everything to deal with. Now, there is a certain rule in hot seats as well that you can't destroy buildings if you haven't kept controlled that building for 3 turns. And you can't destroy buildings if anyone watched the fucking hot seat series that I did with Simpsy, you'll notice he destroyed every building that I was about to take to get himself money and to make me so I can't use that. That's usually completely and utterly against the rules. You can't destroy buildings just as the enemy are about to take it, because it's just fucking unfair. And, like, cheating, pretty much. Anyway, we should be able to take Fair Castle, 10 to 9. Clear victory, very nice. Simulate the populations of any bloody public order difficulties.
It was useless to resist the Kaiser.
Jawohl!
Kaiser, we will spare not.
Kill them all.
Nothing will stand in my way. Let us strike, Kaiser. Fear the arrival of the Reich, mine enemy.
Now, the thing is, we have absolutely no idea what the defenses of these guys actually look like.
Orders, Kaiser. Full sails. Ja, Kaiser.
Yeah.
But we'll take cannons, burn it to the ground.
Orders, Kaiser.
I'm going to do block off Lannisport,
Orders, Kaiser. Ja, Kaiser. Leaving.
block off the rest of their ports as well to
Ja. Fleet ready.
persuade them to fuck off in the opposite direction. But those forts should slow down Lannister's movements anywhere around the coast, although that force is probably going to attack the Bane fort next. But once again, we can just retake those locations once that army fucks off. And even build more troops once we get better shit set up. There you go, we just got him over here, that's fine. Can we retrain his troops? Yes, we can. We'll do that. It will not let me fucking auto-heal these guys. It won't let me do it. I could do it manually, but I can't be bothered. So, we'll go to... Actually, we won't go to the next turn. What we'll do is kick the shit out of some of these Lannister generals. Yeah, so Castle Rock has some defense, but that's the majority of that is stuff that I just have hacked and just run to Castle Rock. Now, if we set up a fort just one square on this little crossroads right here, that stops any forces getting from Castle Rock. Once again, I've played quite a lot of hot seats recently, so I know where to place forts in order to stop enemy movement, which is actually really quite useful. Yeah, playing as Hoare in a hot seat should be quite interesting. I know Yuri definitely wants to play it. He's a team member. He's got quite a lot of experience with hot seats, and he did quite a lot of the work on... What the hell? That Lannister army is... See, what the AI is thinking here is we have to get the Castle Rock and defend the capital. But they can't, because I've set up forts and blocked them all off. So they're fucking screwed. And those guys can't get the river run without going past the forts. Once again, forts. Fucking unstoppable, just fucking awesome little things they are.
Let us strike, Kaiser.
Hey, we got the prince here as well.
Ja, Kaiser. They are doomed now, Kaiser. We close for battle. The enemies of the Reich have met their doom. None shall stop the Reich. Victory! Ja, Kaiser, we will spare no... Ja? Fear the arrival of the Reich, mine enemy.
As many of Lannisters as humanly possible.
Securing the Reich's dominance here with a fort, Kaiser.
And the only thing being that we do not have enough troops to take Castle Rock. Well, we might have enough to take Lannisport, although this place always has some serious negative public order.
Ja, Kaiser. Orders, Kaiser. Let us strike, Kaiser. Ja, Kaiser. Ja, Kaiser. Ja, Kaiser. Ja, let us strike, Kaiser.
Now, if I go here and set up a fort, and now we'd need 2 forts to put right here. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to wait a turn at least to do this. I'm not entirely sure where the hell this Lannister army is going to go to.
Orders, Kaiser. Course plotted.
Anyway, what we doing, what we doing, what we doing, what we doing, what we doing. We're getting like a grind every turn, which is nice.
Holy Kaiser!
Jawohl!
Hail, mein Kaiser!
Stony Sept is fully defended. I'm not really worried about River Run right now because Lannister's focusing all of his military strength on my coast. On his coast, I suppose.
Kaiser.
Ja.
Yeah, sending back the Grimwald Watch. That blocks off Aaron's advance in any direction, but although it might force him just to attack this fort right here. Which in this case is a lot better for me because I have all of this shit. Okay, let's just fucking do all this manually now, shall we? Because it will not let me do it otherwise.
Orders, Kaiser. Your will. Orders, Kaiser. Kaiser. Your will.
Really annoys me. It's not going to make much of a fucking difference, mind you. Because I can't get any, like, unit space for it or anything. But the prince will remain here. But yeah, Hoare can literally steamroll the coastline. Of course, against a player, not AI, it's going to be a lot more difficult. Because the players in hot seats will also utilize this forting idea. Straight away, I wouldn't be able to get the Castle Rock. Straight away, I wouldn't be able to get the Lannisport, probably, because he'd all forted it off. He'd have forted off all of this location here. I'd be able to get to the coast, but he'd be doing this forting system on me as well, stopping my movements quite considerably. Although not as much because I have ships, and ships are like the easiest way to get around forts on the coast. So trying to stop the Ironborn on the coastline with forts is like kind of fucking stupid, because they can just take ship and go around. But still, he'd be able to easily stop me from getting the Castle Rock and fort off all this area, as well as some other stuff. But things on the coast, I'd easily be able to take. But still, against a player, it's a lot more difficult and a hell of a lot more fun than playing against the AI. So much more fun than playing against the AI. It looks like Gardner has, for now at least... I was about to say Gardner's given up on attacking me, but apparently not. Now the thing is, Gardner doesn't have any other... See, that a player would never do that. Attack Peak Maiden like that, because I have an army literally 2 seconds away, so a player would think that there's absolutely no point in me doing that. I may as well use this army somewhere else. But yeah, that's another thing. I'd never be able to get around Golden Tooth, Hornvale. That would all be forted off. He'd probably fought off this bridge as well here, so I wouldn't be able to do that. Your Prince Mark has shown up again. He really likes to show up and attack me, doesn't he?
Kaiser. Orders, Kaiser.
We will conquer with honor, Kaiser.
1-to-1. Ooh, damn, that's gotta hurt. Okay, now we're in a bit slightly more difficult position than we were previously. Because we have no one to protect it. See, that's the fucking downside to auto-resolves. Your characters can fuck up. They can and will probably fuck up. Now, we could move Harren the Black out of Harrenhal. But it's probably a better idea to keep him nice and safe where he is. Yeah, build that just to put some public order difficulties into rest. Oh, what we'll do, because we've had Banefort for more than 3 turns now, is burn it to the ground. There you go. That gives me that. So what we can do now is set up fortifications around Castle Rock that will stop these douchebags. Where can my general reach? What we'll do is put the archer in there.
Forming an unstoppable army. Let us strike, Kaiser. Merging to create a fearsome
Put this guy in this fort here. So that fort should, in theory, stop Lannister from stopping me from taking Castle Rock. Lannisport, sorry. Because that fort should set up an impenetrable wall that should disallow them from moving their troops. In theory. I mean, I'm still new to the whole fucking concept of it. I'm actually slightly worried that that might leave a... I should have put the fort here. And then that fort here. So they might be able to sneak past that area right here. I don't know. We'll fucking see. If that's the case, then we have plenty of ships to retreat to if necessary. Speaking of ships, Where are you going?
Fool. It's an